Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be unto you and of Allah and His blessings. Friends, thanks for joining me. Uh, I I'm still learning how to operate this thing, and I've spent almost the last half hour trying to just do one simple thing, and instead of doing that one simple thing, I've just started all over. Uh, but at any rate, this is a continuation of word to word. 12 differences between the Bible and the Quran, a comparative study of the Bible and the Quran. And I'm up to number 10. And this is the Bible is read in different languages around the world. The Quran is read in one language worldwide. And my trusty magnifying glass. Most people read the Bible in their own language. In English speaking countries, we read the Bible in English. In German speaking countries, they read the Bible in German. The Bible has been translated into Arabic for Christian Arabs. The Bible has been translated into many of the languages of Africa and Asia so that people all over the world can read the Bible in their own language, in their own languages. Even in Ethiopia, the Bible has been translated from the sacred Ge'ez language of scripture into the Amharic language of everyday speech. One result of this had been the formation of national or regional churches, national denominations, even national religions. Muslims read the Quran in Arabic everywhere. Although the Quran has been translated into many languages, in every country where there are Muslims, the Quran is read in Arabic. For one thing, the prayers, and we're talking about Salah. Salah is not prayer. I'm constantly learning, and I realize Salah is not prayer. It's called prayer. I've called it prayer, and Muslims all over the world call it prayer. It is not prayer. And by the way, there is a word in Arabic for prayer. It's dua, dua. Um, and Salah is not prayer. Muhammad, uh, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, peace and blessings be upon him, um, compared Salah to bathing. It purification would be a better translation. But Salah is Salah, okay? A lot of words that we use cannot be translated into English, which is a pagan language. Uh, the Anglo-Saxons were pagan people, okay? Uh, so, for one thing, Salah must be recited in Arabic. When we stand up in Salah and we're reciting, we are reciting the Quran and nothing but the Quran, and it must be recited in Arabic, okay? And consists of passages from the Quran, passages from the Quran. That's Salah. When we're standing up in Salah, that's what we're reciting. Um, since Muslims never know when they might be called on to lead Salah, most Muslims learn at least a few verses of the Quran in Arabic, even if they never learn to read it. But many Muslims all over the world learn to read the Quran in Arabic. Okay? There are an estimated 2 billion Muslims in the world, and there ought to be 2 billion Muslims who can read the Quran in Arabic. Um, but let me go on. As a result, the Muslim community has not splintered into denominations. Even the schism between so-called Sunni and so-called Shiite Muslims is not as great as the schism between one Christian denomination and another. Here in America, we perform Salah together in the same masajid. Mosque is the word that's used. I'll explain why I hate that. and read the same Arabic Quran. I usually don't know who is Shia and who is Sunni. We are all Muslims. This is a benefit of reading the scriptures in the same language. Okay, let me go back to the word mosque while it's on my mind. Yeah, I remember an incident which I may share with you um, from many years ago. It was either 1975 or 1976. I was living in Chicago, and I remember that this was before the building that we met in. We had been followers of Elijah Muhammad, right? This was before that building was converted from a temple into a masjid, which people say mosque. I know this was before it was converted into a temple because we were sitting in chairs, the whole thing like an auditorium, chairs, rows of chairs. Uh, One day, the word went out, everybody saying, oh my goodness, they took the chairs out. They took the chairs out. Well, in order for a building or a space to be a masjid, masjid is a place where we perform sajda. Sajda means prostration. We put our hand on we get down on our knees and put our head on the floor. Okay, sajda. You can't do that if you have all these chairs in the way. Okay, so we went from being a temple with all of these chairs to being a masjid, sajda. That's the masjid and sajda, two different, forms of the same word, right? Sajda is the act of prostrating. Masjid means a place where prostrating is performed. Okay, so saying mosque, it's the word. It comes from the word sajda, masjid, but it's gotten mangled, passing from Arabian Arabic to Egyptian Arabic to Italian to French and finally to English. And as a matter of fact, the spelling that we use is the French spelling. So if I can remember anything else here of relevant importance, um, yeah, I went into how when we speak different languages, the languages are an expression of the reality that we believe in, the reality that we experience. Okay, so if you have all of these different languages that people are reading the scriptures in, well, they're experiencing different realities, right? So when Muslims, Allah sent this message to everybody, to everybody. It was sent to you, me, everybody. Um, and so this one language, and people don't understand this, even Muslims, they think Allah sent the Quran in Arabic because the people in Arabia happen to be speaking Arabic. He sent it in a specific dialect of Arabic. Not everybody in Arabia was speaking the same dialect. I mean, even in New York, I grew up in New York City, and somebody could open his mouth and you could say, "Oh wow, you're from Brooklyn," right? Because we have different dialects. In just 5 boroughs of New York City, we have different dialects, right? Um, so it was sent in a specific dialect, okay? And the thing that people need to understand about the one who created us, he created everything. There was, the physicist Stephen Hawking said in the beginning there was no time, so God could not exist. Well, God created time. I mean, I laughed when I heard that. God doesn't need time. He created time. In the beginning, he created everything. There was no space, no time, no matter, no energy, and God said, "Be," and it is. For us, it's a big complicated thing, right? But for God, for the Almighty, for the Creator, it's not a complicated thing. He says, "Be," and it is. And next thing you know, it's 13.9 centuries, years or later. Um, we've gone through all of this, but he created all of that. He causes all of it to happen. The gases, the stars, the galaxies, all of the planets, trillions and trillions and everything, and all of the people living on this planet and all of our languages. He created all of that. He determined all of that. He's not reacting to the fact that certain people speak this language or that language. He established that. And he says in the Quran that he gave us the Quran in Arabic because the Arabic language is clear. Mubin is the word in Arabic. It is clear. It expresses a reality that is the reality that Allah has created. Okay, it's not a reality. You know, the ancient Greeks thought that Zeus lived on the top of Mount Olympus, and I mean, just and there were gods who controlled the sea and all of this kind of stuff. Well, that's not the reality that we're living in. It just isn't. It's not about religion. It's not about you having this belief, me having it. The question is, what is the reality that we live in? Okay, and Arabic is the Arabic of the Quran is the perfect expression of the reality that Allah has established and that we live in. So, Allah willing, I will tomorrow or the next day or whenever. Um, Number 11. Few people read the Bible from beginning to end. Many people read the Quran from beginning to end often. Okay, so Allah willing, tomorrow or hopefully soon, I will discuss that item. Thank you for listening, and have a good evening and a good day, and may Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.